In my last two videos, I talked about how you are God, creator, or conscious universe manifested as a higher self or a child of God, pretending to be just human. And then in the video after that, I talked about how you can break free from the human paradigm and live life as your true, authentic, higher self. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the stages of ascension. How you go from awakening all the way up to the stage of ascension so you can become one with everything. So you can merge with your true, authentic, higher self. Now there are 5 stages in this formula, each stage associated with one of the 5 bodies I talked about in the last video. So they are the spiritual body, the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and the ethereal body, or our consciousness. So the idea is that each one of these stages is associated with one of your bodies. So you're cleansing those bodies in each of these stages. So I'm going to briefly go over the stages here. I'm going to give you a bit of an idea of what's happening in these stages and help you understand how you can move through them rapidly. Now I do want to say that although these stages seem to be moving in a linear fashion, they're really happening simultaneously. So I'm going to explain what these stages are now. So again, we have this pentagram diagram just like before. We've got God, creator, conscious universe up here as Yud He Vav He, the manifested universe, fire, water, air, and earth. And then right here we have the higher self, you as the child of God, you as the Christ self, the Buddha self. And that is Yud He Shin Vav He, so fire, water, ether, air, and earth. So each of these elements is associated with one of the 5 bodies. So the fire element is associated with the spiritual body, which is the awakening stage. So this is the stage where you finally hit rock bottom and you realize that there's more to reality than you've been led to believe. There's far more to the universe than you could ever possibly imagine, and reality is far more complex than your mind can ever comprehend. The awakening stage for most people starts on their hands and knees as they surrender to a higher power. For me, the awakening stage started in my shower, down on my hands and knees, crying, begging for a higher power to help me. That might sound familiar to you. So this is where we're starting to cleanse and heal the spiritual body. This is where we're surrendering to a higher power. It's where we're accepting that we don't know what we don't know and we need help from a higher power in order to heal and to get to where we want to in life. So the awakening stage is the most painful stage for most people. This is rock bottom. This is when we can't suffer anymore, when we finally have taken responsibility for our suffering. And on the pentagram, it's right here in the bottom right-hand corner, the awakening stage. So as we hit rock bottom and reach this awakening stage, we slowly start to climb up out of our pit, out of our darkness, out of our hole, into the awareness stage, which is the stage of the mental body, the beliefs, the thoughts, the words, the habits, the language patterns. So this is the stage where we start to learn about universal law. This is where we start to learn about quantum physics, hypnotism, law of attraction, energy healing, psychology, the deeper mental stuff. Is when we start to recognize that reality is created as a result of our thoughts, words, and actions. Where we start to recognize that it is our beliefs that determines how we perceive the world and therefore how we experience the world around us. So this stage is a very masculine stage. The awakening stage is very masculine, that's the fire element. The awareness stage, the second stage, is very masculine, that's the air element. And as we finally reach a point where we have learned everything we need to learn, we've learned what manifestation is, we've learned the rules, we've learned the universal principles, but for some reason we're still suffering. Maybe you manifested what you want, but you just can't seem to keep it. Maybe you manifested things that are really extraordinary, but then they slip through your fingers. That's when we start to look across the way to see our own reflection in the water element. So we start reaching the acceptance stage, which is associated with the emotional body. We start to recognize that the suffering we experience in the present moment is a manifestation of our past suffering that we haven't healed yet. So the suffering in the present moment is a result of an unhealthy emotional body that we need to heal so that we can find freedom. So in other words, the acceptance stage is where we're starting to accept full responsibility for our creation and experience of reality. This is a very painful stage for most people, and most people never get past this stage. They say that our bodies are between 70 to 75% water and the earth is between 70 to 75% water. And I might say that the acceptance stage is between 70 to 75% of the work. This is where we're purging toxic emotions. We're purging emotions that haven't been fully processed in our body, the traumas that haven't fully been healed. So we really have to take responsibility for ourselves. Ancient alchemists said that tears are the decrystallization of hardened emotions. And so in the acceptance stage, we're crying, we're purging, we're releasing, we're letting go, we're forgiving, we're learning to accept ourselves, we're learning to have compassion for ourselves and others. We're learning to show up as our true authentic selves, because we recognize that showing up as any other person doesn't allow us to get the love and the acceptance that we truly desire. We have to be who we really are in order to graduate from the acceptance stage. So this is a lot of this is a lot of accountability here. It's really about learning how to be who you really are, no matter what, no matter who you've been in the past or how you think people are going to respond to your true authentic self. So once we start moving through the acceptance stage, we then move down into the alignment stage right here, associated with the physical body. So this is where we start aligning our thoughts, words, and most importantly, our actions with our truth. So for me, it's living into the truth that I believe that I'm a prophet of God. I believe that I'm here to share this teaching with myself and with you as a reflection of me. I believe that I am a child of God. I believe that I am here to live a purpose that God has given me. So this is the alignment stage. So that means I'm aligning the food I eat with my truth. I'm aligning my relationships with my truth. I'm aligning the way I speak to with my truth. I'm aligning my job, where I live. Right now I live in Tulum, Mexico. It's just, for me, it's a home. And for a lot of my life, I felt guilty about the idea of leaving and moving somewhere else. But that's what's aligned with my most authentic self. So we're learning how to align our physical body, including our actions, our habits, and the way that we live our lives and our environment with our ultimate truth, which we started to discover in the acceptance stage, the awareness stage, and the awakening stage. We're starting to discover our deeper truth. We're starting to discover what's true for us. And so in the alignment stage, which is the stage right before ascension, the stage of freedom and oneness and unity, togetherness, love, happiness, and all of that, this stage is where we really have to put our actions to work, where we really have to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. So we have to actually align our thoughts, words, and actions. We have to align our habits. We have to align our lifestyle with our deeper truth. And so that also includes cleaning the physical body. That can include detoxification. It can include fasting and cleansing. It can include healing addictions. It can include putting into your body things that love it and respect it and heal it. So that also includes your physical surroundings as well, your environment. So that means cleaning out your home, decluttering, letting go of toxins and waste, learning how to live in harmony with nature, eating food that is humane, organic, and as compassionate as possible, getting rid of all the junk in your home, learning how to donate and volunteer and give back to reality. This is also about service and learning how you serve in the most unique way possible. So once we've aligned our thoughts, words, and actions with our deeper truth, then we start to climb up to the ascension stage, the stage of our ethereal body or our consciousness. This is where we're beginning to live in unity with our reality. We're no longer seeing others as separate from us, but we're seeing others in real time as reflections of us. We're seeing ourselves as God, creator, or conscious universe, experiencing itself in our personal perspective. Does that mean that we are God? Well, yes and no. I mean, we're a reflection of God. We're a manifestation of God, but there's still humility necessary. I still have to be humble and recognize that there is a power greater than me. There is something greater than me that I don't understand and may never understand. So the ascension stage is about living in oneness and unity. It's about living in togetherness. It's about living in community, family, and tribe. It's about recognizing that everyone in my reality is a reflection of me. And since we already purged the emotions in the acceptance stage, changed the beliefs in the awareness stage, faced the fears in the spiritual stage, and aligned our thoughts, words, and actions in the alignment stage, then the acceptance stage is really about living in the flow. At this point, we've done the hard work. We've done all the hard, heavy lifting. We've aligned ourselves. We've purged ourselves. We've healed ourselves. We've come to humble ourselves to the glory and the greatness of God, creator of a conscious universe. We've stopped trying to figure it out ourselves and started recognizing that there is a plan that's greater than any plan we can create for ourselves. There is a will that's trying to live through us. And if we only get out of our own way and allow that will to live through us, then life becomes flow. Life becomes magic. Life becomes much easier and effortless than we could ever imagine before. So those are the 5 stages of ascension. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Check out the description for links to the other videos and the waitlist to my books, The Way of the Garden, where I get into this stuff at a much deeper level and teach you how to apply it to your life. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know in the comment section below if this video landed for you.